So I think over the past week, and frankly years, we've come to the conclusion that unity is not ever going to happen with the Democrats because Chuck Schumer, the man that puts cheese on a raw hamburger on a grill, is wasting no time to amp up the rhetoric that Trump is a dictator.
I think it's a real threat to democracy, Dana. You know, the Justice Department has always been a very, very strong civil service, no matter who was in charge, a Democrat or Republican. They went after law violators without fear or favor. What Trump is doing is he's turning it. He's firing anybody who doesn't seem to be part of his acolytes. And he's turning it into an instrument that goes after his enemies, whether they're guilty or not, and most of them are not guilty at all, and that helps his friends. This is the path to a dictatorship. That's what dictatorships do. It is so very, very frightening and damaging to our republic.
You heard the president over and over on the campaign trail saying that he was going to do just this, that he was going to investigate his political enemies, and he won the election. So it's certainly not surprising. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say he didn't run on. He ran on many other issues.
He did, but he was very clear about this.
Overwhelming,
and people chose to vote for him on other issues, perhaps, but they were aware of this.
Well, whether this is our rule of law. This is fundamental to our democracy, and we cannot let it stand. And my belief is Democrats, Republicans, and independents, everybody will object to this because it's so against what our democracy is all about.
Is there anything that you can do? Obviously, you are not in power in the Senate or in the House.
So the Department of Justice is in the executive branch, and under Article 2, it states, quote, "The executive power shall be vested in a president of the United States of America, and the president shall nominate and by and with the advice and consent of the Senate shall appoint officers of the United States." So basically, Trump's power in regards to the DOJ is the ability to nominate the Attorney General, the Deputy Attorney General, and U.S. attorneys with Senate confirmation. He can direct these individuals to focus on certain areas and, if necessary, fire them for lack of competence. Richard Nixon, in 1973, fired a special prosecutor, Archibald Cox, for demanding access to tape recordings Nixon had made in the Oval Office to investigate the Watergate scandal. Bill Clinton fired 93 U.S. attorneys to replace them. Trump fired acting Attorney General Sally Yates for refusing to defend his travel ban order. This is nothing new, and it's within the scope of the executive branch, so it's disingenuous for someone that graduated from Harvard Law to not know what the hell he's talking about. And the Democrats can argue that it's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad to investigate their opponents. If the investigations were for no reason, then maybe. Believe me, I'm further right on this issue. Trump is a moderate, remember that. I would personally require my DOJ to investigate every single Democrat that had their net worth skyrocket for benefiting off of being in politics. I would investigate George Soros more for racketeering charges. Every Black Lives Matter organization, AIPAC, Antifa, Act Blue. So I think Democrats should be appreciative of how scot-free they are getting away with. In my eyes, Trump is not doing enough. Now, I wouldn't pursue made-up charges. If there's nothing, then so be it. I'd be fair. But Pam Bondi is not doing enough. She cares more about her image than the actual results, and it seems like most Republicans agree. And that's why I was sad to see Matt Gaetz not become an AG.